Alright guys, welcome back to another NeuroGlancer video. Today I'm just gonna record while I trace a new Minnie65 cell. So I just started, as you can see, I put down the SB annotation point for the large dendrite that's leaving the volume. And I've thrown down a few, or I should say leaving the volume, large dendrite that's leaving the soma, rather. And I threw down a few NB dots. So I'm just going to trace along, see if I can find any interesting things to talk about here. Going along, I found the true end of one of these dendrites. Before I even started, I kind of scanned the cell looking for anything interesting. I saw a merger over here, so I'll have to get to that eventually. Took a little peek at the axon. Definitely merger right here. That's all going to be removed. In the axon proofreading phase, but for now I happen upon a small merger, so we're going to take care of that. I tried to remove it, but it removed the spine head instead. So I believe this falls under the category of large enough merger for it to be removed, so that's what we're going to do here. Oh, one too many dots. There we go. That should be good enough. We also have another one down the way, I believe. So we're going to take a look at that. We're just waiting for these sources and sinks to be separated, and then we shall continue. So I usually like to just get rid of it immediately and refresh, as well as hit X on this. So it hasn't loaded yet, but I'm just going to merge this to this anyway, because it'd be a shame to get rid of such a wonderful spine head. Even though I know that's not what we're supposed to technically do, it is, or it was attached before, and it was my fault for detaching it. Probably not the optimal move, but I do tend to try to rectify those little errors when they come up like that. Okay, looks like we're going to get a tiny bit of the spine head removed here too, but I think that's fine. I mean, it's probably worth the time. If you ran into the same situation where you had to add a spine head that you accidentally separated, I don't think you really have to. And if you're really in like a crunch period in the interest of time, you probably shouldn't. Me, I just woke up. I felt bad for removing it, so I felt like putting it back on there. Alright, clearly this is a couple of spines there that could be continued, but that's not the reason we're here. This isn't spine proofreading, this is dendritic proofreading. So we've reached another true end. Pretty sure I can check, but I'm almost 100%. Yeah. What is this? Just take a look. Yeah, we don't need that. Alright, just gonna slap this baby down. Okay, that's one branch fully continued. Let's throw down another NB here so we don't get lost. And you know what, let's throw down one over here too. Because I do believe that's how we're supposed to use those in case they get used for something else in the future. For now, they're just breadcrumbs though. So we've reached another true end here, and it's a small branch, but it is a true end nonetheless. Just kind of quickly going through, skimming for mergers, anything suspicious, another true end. That was a fast one. Dendrites usually go pretty fast. Unless, of course, you have to split something, then it goes slower. Okay, a little bit choppy here. Still waiting for the 2D to load. There we go. Alright, where are we? Just reorienting myself there. Okay, I can't select anything here. Like, see, I can select stuff here, but not here. Oh, I can do here, but not there. What about over here? Nope. Okay, can almost select it again. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, but it's not too bad. So this is a case where I think splitting this won't take more than 10 minutes. So we're just gonna try to get our dendrite away from this merger and continue. Not too bad. So I've seen that this has disappeared, so I'm just gonna hit X. Gonna get rid of that. Gonna double check that this is the one we want. It appears so. Oh, looks like I just split off the base. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's try to split again. Should be easier now that there are fewer segments to split off. Piece by piece. Should get the whole bit this time, I think. Looks that way. I do believe. Alright, so first I'm going to split the smaller I'm going to merge the smaller pieces together. While that's figuring itself out, I'm just going to do a hard refresh. Sometimes that speeds it up. At least it feels that way. I don't know if it's true. Okay, let's keep going here. Just want that 2D loaded up. Alright, so it's getting a little choppy. Pretty sure this is it. Fits the bill minus this part. So I saw this. It looked like a weird spine. It could still be a spine. I'm just checking the tip to see that it's synapsing. Yeah, so it is synapsing. If it looked like this, then I'd be way more suspicious. But I'm also going to check here because it could be that this part was axonal and just that part was dendritic. So just giving it a quick double check there. Yeah, that's a missed spine head, but we're not here for those. So that looks good. Funny looking spine head. Okay. Once again, gonna add the smaller pieces together first. Okay. Then I will add this. And that one is done. Whenever it decides to merge. So we went down that way, we went up this way. We're moving forward here. Almost got the whole big dendrite done. Let's put down another NB. Finally merged together, I say. Just give it a refresh. Hopefully that will convince it. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We're not sure here. So if you've watched this far, you've probably noticed I have the transparency on. That's mostly for checking to see if the annotations are in the right spot. So I have it on in 3D and a little bit in the 2D. I could probably have it a little bit more in the 2D. See if it's too opaque. I think the standard is like there. Or maybe it's like there. It's harder to see the borders of things. So I try to keep it like around there so I can at least see the membranes a little bit better. And I like to have a darker color in 3D. Whether that be a blue or a purple usually helps. I'm gonna go down this one first because that one looks like it'll be faster. This one has the merger, so won't necessarily take more time, but whatever the more amount I can get done faster, the better, right? Because if for some reason I have to stop, at least there is more length completed per time spent. Okay. Again, this is a funny looking spine head, so I'm just double checking. That's not a merger of some kind. Put down another NP. That looks suspicious. Yeah, so we have a little glia attached to a spine head here. This could possibly be something that hits the limit of small enough to leave in, but I think it's also a quick removal. Not 100% sure if that qualifies as 5 microns or less. I believe that's what it says. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, that's 5. That's the distance away from the soma. Here it is. Do not correct wrong mergers. Don't correct mergers with objects that are less than approximately 5 microns. 3 times the dendrite diameter. I guess that means 3 times smaller than the dendrite diameter. I'll have to clarify. Anyway, it was removed in a timely manner, so not too bad. So here we have another true end. Pretty sure. Let me just double check these guys. Yeah, what's that? Oh, what? Okay. So I double check. I mean, it is technically a spine head, so. And that one ends. Throw down a TE. Moving along. I sense another merger here. Again, this is a small one. I'll leave it up to your discretion whether or not you want to remove these. I think it's worth it, especially small mergers. They don't take not but 30 to 60 seconds. Of course, this one's going to take longer because I said it. Okay. And I just removed that before it loaded because why not? For speed. Okay. This is the end of the branch, fairly sure. Recentering the axis in the middle before I place the point. And we're moving forward here. Doing pretty good. So you can see we've come pretty far. We got that. This one, that one, this one. So now we just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more branches. Let's put down a breadcrumb. We want an NB. And I'm doing kind of the up pointing branches before the horizontal or downward pointing branches. That's just a preference of mine. I like to keep in mind, like when I think of the cell, I want to think of it in one orientation. So to me, I'm thinking about the cell. This is what the cell looks like. So if, I'm like deep in a merger and I'm twisting it around and I zoom out, I'm like, where am I? I don't know what this is. I just reorient to what I remember the cell looks like. So the branches that I say, the ones that are going up are, in my mind, always up from this point of view. So that's how I kind of reorient when I get lost in a tough spot, in a tough merger. Okay. Going forward here. Put down another NB. Branches getting thin. Looking good. Okay. (2D) is not loading. There we go. That looks weird. What's that? There's a hole. Oh no. I don't think we're worried too much about that. Okay, this looks like a merger. Let's check. It's axonal in nature, so that is important to get rid of. So place the points where I think the strongest connection is. And let's see if that separates it. Sometimes in these cross-section mergers where you have like a segment like this and a segment slap, going along against it, I guess you can kind of see over there. Actually, I'll use my mouse. Oh, it's hard to see in the black background. I gotta get one of those like mouse tracker things, which highlights it with a little yellow circle. Anyway, whenever there's a cross section, sometimes it didn't happen here, but sometimes you have to clip off one side and then the next side. But this one just peeled itself right off, so that's really good. Continuing on. This looks like it continues. Wait a sec. Oh, I thought that was an RV for sales. I didn't put down any RVs. I didn't put down any recreational vehicles. Okay. Uh-oh. So this, I think, is the fabled cucumber slice. Let's see if cucumbers continue. Hopefully we can get a larger branch out of this. If not, this is going to be the end. So Z is the hotkey there to reorient to the axis. Not sure this is gonna be fruitful for us. It is getting pretty close to the side here, so that could be an indication. But this is a longer piece, so maybe? Oh, now we're getting mergers. Doesn't bode well. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. It was a good try. So let's see. It's not an. Is it an error? Let me read this again. Location where an error was identified or a branch must be extended. It doesn't fit the 10-minute. Due to database boundary, I believe it's IE for this. So we're just gonna put down IE and continue. No big deal. Oops, don't left click. Always right click. Okay. So again, this one's kind of pointing down from my personal orientation of the cell. So I'm just going to do the upward pointing ones first. Gotta have a system. Okay, this is weird looking, so just gonna check it out, look for any vesicles or any nonsense. Synapsing, I think it's just a weird looking one. Yeah, it's just being weird. This is certainly weird. Also, we have a merger there, so let's see if it continues first. This could also just be where the cucumbers lie, where the cucumbers roam. Yeah, it looks like another database boundary. Shame, really. Well, let's get rid of the merger. Where'd that merger go? Okay. Might have to do a couple of splits. Start with that one. I think the other one was that sort of protruding bit. Now you kind of hit dismiss on these, but I think they will auto dismiss after a while. If you want to save your actions per minute for when you're speed running. Yeah. As expected. Now these might hit the size restriction for merger removal, but they are axonal on a dendrite, so that might be something to consider if you're looking for synapses or connectivity. And again, the small mergers don't take too much time to remove. So what was this? This was an IE. I before E, except after merger. Alright. Moving forward here. Okay, let's see. Is this another database boundary? Oh, we got something. It's cucumbers, guys. What have we learned so far? Yeah, cucumbers plus a merger, we're just going to call it early. Throw down an IE. Go to the last one. That's clearly a merger. I mean, look how gross it is, right? Okay. Should be a quick removal. Should be a quick removal. Will it be a quick removal? Find out on the next episode. Okay. One tiny other one. Can get rid of that while we double click that away. Guessing this is another IE, but just to be sure, we're gonna check. Once this splitting and says deselected, we can cancel, delete, continue. Yeah, fairly certain that's an IE. Oops. So we're just gonna continue like that. Okay, looks like this is the last branch. I guess this was an upward facing one, but it was also the closest one to me, so I'm just going to make up a new rule. If it's up and close to me, it goes last. Alright. Okay. This is probably a merger. Yeah, vesicles. Not good. So sometimes you can just slap it on the 3D and hope for the best. If you want to do sort of a imprecise roll the dice kind of merger splitting. Doesn't always work. You can usually tell within the first 30 seconds if it worked. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to go in the 2D. It looks like it probably worked. Let's check. Unless it split to another green. Yeah, okay. So it kind of worked. Left a little bit. Maybe not the best splitting technique. But it's one for the playbooks, if you ever need to split 3D really quickly. Usually only works in these smaller cases. This case it kind of slows down, but not the end of the world. Okay, let's see here. This looks like one more merger. Oh, things are getting serious here. Time to take off the 2D. Yeah, okay. So can you guys see my... You sure can. Okay. My cursor here. So this is where this thing continues off in that direction. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Actually, yeah, there we go. So this kind of I don't know what you call it. This is the ER, endoplasmic reticulum, I believe. But I also think there's some other stuff going on in there. So the ER can definitely cause mergers like this because it looks a lot like membranes to the AI. You can see more over there and over there. It's gotten way better at detecting these little jelly bean things. But as you've seen, sometimes, even on this branch actually, we saw the little spots that it had missed and removed. You can see it like in there too. These little patches of stuff often get overlooked. Wait, what? Did we just... I think we did. Yeah, I moved to the wrong branch. That's okay. If you get mixed up, I guess we removed a merger over here or something. Okay, I'm lost. And what do you do if you're lost? You reorient yourself and you move on. It's all good. Okay, so this is another IE. Looks like all of these are probably going to be IEs, with the exception of maybe this one and that one. And this one? Okay, let's find out. We're about to be done with the big dendrite. Then we can move on to, whoops, little dendrite. Throw it down at B. So these are all downward facing, but these are upward pointing. So I'm going to start with those. Ooh, a triple. Oh, baby, a triple. All right. So here, the reason I clicked there, this kind of looked like it angled a little bit, and there's like a lighter color. So I was wondering if maybe, yeah, there's an error here. Interesting. And a missing piece. So I thought it was possible that something could have split off in this direction. Yeah, so it's good to kind of get a feel for these angles and just sort of like imagine them where things could be if they had split, and check those spots. So that's like a longer looking thing, so I'm gonna check that. It's probably fine, and it's not fine, it's a tiny merger. 3 times the diameter of the dendrite. It's hard to say. Could just be an edge case here. I'm gonna err on the side of removing it. And as that's removing, I'm just gonna... Oh, we finally made it to that merger we found. Nice. So we're definitely gonna have to get rid of that once this has chopped itself off. Perfect. Double click that. I'm just gonna give it a refresh. Nice, slowly but surely. Okay. So here I see this coming across this branch like this. I'm just gonna double check that it's not touching there, because you could be messing about over here for like 5 minutes and not realize that actually this is where it connected. So it's good just to check those little areas. So it looks like it's going to be hard to preserve like the integrity of this tubular part right here. Totally tubular. So we're just going to cut the dang thing right off. So let's just place a couple 100 points down right here. And place a couple like that and see what happens. If it tells us that's not going to work, we'll just start the split further up the dendrite. Nice. Were we successful? It looks like we were partially successful. It's okay, I'll take a partial success. Okay, let's get a little bit more acute with our cuts here. Hopefully that's enough. That's probably not going to be enough. I'm just going to cancel that. Let's just cut the whole thing off. Gotta cut it off before the merger spreads. That sort of worked, but not really. So we're just going to back it up a little bit more. Actually, let's get some more red points down. This is like quite a thick branch. You don't have to use this many points. I tend to overpoint instead of underpoint, unless I'm like 85 to 95% sure of the vector of connection. That's a good sign that we got it all. So I'm just going to get rid of that and put down, oops, right click, IE, because that is sort of the name of the game over there. Okay, this pink color has to go. So we're just going to spam L a few times. And continue. Drop NB, NBD. Now this sort of stark thickness in branch, it's probably just a boson, or not a boson, a mitochondria. I guess it would also technically be a boson, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that is totally fine. So we're just gonna check the end here. Oh, is this a TE? Is this the T-he-he? Okay. Okay, it's just a merger, and possibly we could be using our first UE, but we're going to take a closer look once we remove this merger. At least I think it's a merger. It ends up being not a merger. Oh no, it's totally a merger. You can see this one connects to that. Hold on. These colors. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, so definitely a merger. And where does our guy go? Our guy goes to here. Okay. Can you guys guess what I'm going to label this one? Unless we get a clear branch. Yeah. Okay. Let's just get rid of that last piece of merger. And you guessed it. This is going to be an RV. So it's an RV because we could trace a little bit more, technically. It's really like a hybrid RV-IE. There was some that we could continue, but because it's close to the data wall, or the whatever you want to call it, what are we calling it? Let's call it the right thing. Dataset boundary, because it's close to the dataset boundary. You just get more mergers and such there. So we ran into that. So we're gonna put down RV, because we could go a little bit more. Let's line that up. Yeah, could go a bit more. Okay. Is that a merger? Look at this long guy. What's happening? Boop boop. Yeah. Merger indeed. Okay. I just heard some thunder. What's going on out there? What? Non-type? I'm not sure what that means. What it really means is the merger, or the split didn't work. So let's try there. Interesting. Didn't work again. So let's try. Let's try that. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's see if we can just cut the whole thing. Might have to sacrifice this 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 poor spine head to the garbage can. Which is fine. What is happening here? That was like a decent split. Okay. I'm just gonna deselect this and reselect this. Gonna go right up to here and just use 2 points. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that means. Let's try splitting on this object. Split failed. Argument must be a string. Okay. I'm gonna do a refresh. This could be one of the rare cases where it's actually connecting here and we just can't see it. So I'm just gonna do a YOLO 3D split, see if that does anything. Yeah, this isn't working. So we're just gonna make a new annotation. We're gonna have it be sort of what color? Yeah, light purple. We've used so many colors. What about, yeah, gray. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna put down a gray dot and say can't remove, or we'll say unbreakable merger. There we go. We've done all we could. No need to dwell on it. This looks like a TE. Let's drop a TE on it. Did we investigate this? I don't recall. This has got me suspicious. Yeah, looks like spine head reaches about here before it becomes a merger. Let's see if we can split this one. I believe we will be able to. I hope we'll be able to. Say what? Failed to find cut source. At least it's a different error. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the thunder is getting louder. Interesting. Sometimes you just gotta fiddle with the splits. I wonder if this has to do with the boundary there, the smooth horizontal line. I remember there was some talk in the Slack channel about that, and I found that to be true, that along these sort of made up borders. Oh, hey, we got the split even though we got an error. Looks like we got all the splits, but they did not register in time or something. Okay, we'll have to review the footage on that. So I'm lost. I'm gonna reorient myself. Okay, well, for the sake of a short video, I'm just gonna leave it there. that's how I do the dendrites. I hope this was helpful. I know we didn't really cover any specific tips and tricks, but if you found this video helpful, let me know, and I'll try to make more of them. I'll probably make more anyway. I'll have to do an axon one at some point. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.